Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host, Paladin Robin. Folks, I'm working on this awesome series for you guys. This series is looking at all of the cards that are in the Duskmourn set, and I'm presenting for you the 10 cards of each rarity that I think are just the absolute cream of the crop. See all the videos that I've got there for that, right? You'll see that there is a masterpiece video where I talk about the top 10 masterpieces in Duskmourn. And then I've also done a Mythics one where you can see the top 10 Mythics in Duskmourn. And then also the one that I put out just recently, it's coming out right now, it's the rares for Duskmourn. And those will be, of course, the top 10 rares. This video here is the top 10 uncommons and commons for Duskmourn. Okay, so let's take a look. Coming out in no particular order, here's the first one, Horid Vigor. Alright, it's a spell card for 13. Target creature gains Death Touch, Defender, and prevent damage until the end of your turn. I think this is a really nice one. Obviously, if you're playing this on your turn, you probably want to be playing it in a way that you're going to have contact with other creatures, right? So maybe you have Berserker, and you play this card with a creature that's got Berserker. This card's going to attack and then pretty much kill anything that tries to block it. So that's really cool. One thing I think about with this card is this ability here, right? This Flash ability. Flash is nice because that means you can play this card on your opponent's turn. And I think that's a really good use for this card because obviously you are probably going to want to have a card that's got maybe Reach, and then that's going to be able to allow it to block pretty much everything. And then you play this card, and what it's going to do is going to have that Reach, Death Touch, prevent damage, and then Defender, obviously. And then whenever your opponent attacks on that turn with hopefully all the creatures that they have, maybe they have 3 already, they're going to attack, your creature's going to block, and you're going to kill all of them without having to worry about taking damage. So excellent way to use this one here. I think this definitely is a good card. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Bailmerk Leech. Here's another one, 2/2 for 7. Eerie. Your opponent loses 2 life. Okay, so this Eerie one is one that we've seen before in the other videos. Basically says when an aura card or an enchantment creature or an enchantment support card enters into play under your control, or when you activate an unlock ability, your cards with Eerie perform their associated Eerie effects. So this is going to be an interesting one. As I mentioned before, I kind of want to play this with maybe those rat swarms. Those ones will be counted as enchantments as well. So that's going to be good. It's going to activate this. We'll be able to throw down tons and tons of damage just by shooting out those rat swarm tokens. So very cool here. Here's the next one, Duskmourn's Domination. Spell card for 15. Gain control of target opposing creature, then that creature gets -3, -0. This, I think, is a nice one. I think in sets past, we've seen maybe 15 will gain control of a target opposing creature. You don't get the debuff here for some of those other cards, but you know what? It's still worth it. Anytime you're able to take over one of your opponent's cards, hopefully it's going to be a really good one like that. Gear Hulk, we all know what that one does. That's a really big, nasty card that just dominates a lot of decks. That's one. Also, I think Rakdos is starting to get bigger and bigger and more popular these days. This is one that I would use on Rakdos. Steal that from your opponent, and yeah, it's just gonna wreck your opponent's game plan. So really, really cool stuff on that.
I'm real excited for this one. Okay, let's move on to card number 4, Fear of the Dark.
Enchantment, Nightmare creature, it's 5/5 or 15. When this creature attacks, if your opponent doesn't control a Glimmer card, this creature gains First Strike and Death Touch until the beginning of your next turn. So this is kind of cool. I like that it's till the beginning of your next turn, which means that this one is a very good candidate for something that gives Reach, right? If you get Reach on this creature, it's going to block everything your opponent sends its way until the beginning of your next turn. And it's going to have that First Strike Death Touch, right? So that's going to be really awesome. You're going to be able to kill a lot of creatures this way and then not have to worry about taking damage yourself. So excellent here. Alright, here's number 5, Rootwise Survivor. This is a survivor card. It's got human survivor. It's got the survival ability here. For those of us that don't know this, I'll kind of just explain this survival ability. It says at the end of your turn, if this creature has attacked this turn, perform this card's associated survival effect. So really, if this one has attacked at the end of your turn, you're going to be able to get this buff here. And it says if you control a land support, this creature will get +3/+3. I think that's pretty awesome, right? We like +3/+3 buffs because that's a good size buff. And you know what? It's going to get it every turn that he attacks. So that's super cool. Excellent card. Okay, here's the next one. This is Fear of Burning Alive. Creature, enchantment, nightmare. When this creature enters the battlefield, deal 4 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. When you deal non-combat damage to your opponent's planeswalker, delirium, deal X damage to target opposing creature. X is this creature's base power. Okay, so delirium, it's an ability we've seen in the past. It says perform the associated ability if there are 5 or less gems of this card's color on the board. Alright, so basically if you have 5 or less red on the board, you're going to be able to do X damage to target opposing creature. And I think this is going to be a good one that you're going to be able to use to keep creatures off the battlefield. Obviously, you're going to want to be able to do non-combat damage to your opponent. And once you get that going, you're going to be able to do damage here. So hopefully you're going to be able to just wipe the opponent's board clean. It really just depends on how much non-combat damage you can do. And obviously you're going to want to make this creature bigger, stronger, and that's going to increase the amount of damage here that you're able to do. So very cool card. Here's the next one, House Cartographer. This is a creature, Human Scout Survivor, 2/2. Survival, pick one of the first 2 cards from your library, fetch that card, and destroy the others. Alright, so again, survival, it takes effect if you have attacked with this creature on the same turn, right? So you attack it, and then you'll be able to hit this ability here. I do like abilities that let you draw cards or fetch cards, because really, like I said, I'm a combo player, and combo players, we really want to make sure we have the cards that we need in order to launch the combo. And I think some of you out there are big combo players too. And really what this card will help you to do is just get the cards that you need so you can hit that combo and then be able to win the game right there. So really, really cool card. Here's the next one, Haunted Scream. At the beginning of your turn, convert 2 gems to white or black. Activate 1, create a colorless spirit token, and that token will get +6/+6. Here is what the spirit token looks like. For me, I think this is going to be an interesting one. I'd use it with Elspeth 1. Elspeth 1 is a good planeswalker that has that final ability, that third ability that destroys activate gems. So really you can hit that activate gem and then create your colorless spirit token and then get that the nice buff there for the token. That's going to be really, really good. I wish this was a bigger number, maybe activate 4. But you know what? That's kind of overpowering, right? Because you get 4, and then you hit all of those, you'll get these tokens. Then they'll get a +6/+6 buff, all of them, right? So that would be something. I think it's a little bit too overpowered, but you can see why I like this one here. There's a lot of uses on this one. Okay, here we are, number 9, Surgical Suite. This is a support card. It's an enchantment room. These rooms are part of this new set. This is a new feature that you're seeing with Duskmourn. It's got these rooms and you can unlock them, and they give you different abilities after they are unlocked. Alright, so let's see. This one says at the beginning of your turn, creatures you control get 1/1. So that's nice. You get that nice little buff. And then if you're going to unlock, you're going to have this this thing here, and it says 11, right? So 11 is the amount of mana you have to drain from your hand. And when you drain that mana from your hand, you'll be able to unlock it. And this will have the unlock emblem. And because of that unlock emblem, it will allow you to do this thing here, right? And it says return the first creature that costs 12 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Now this is a good one. I think you're going to be able to hopefully use this many times in the playing that you do. And you're going to be able to bring creatures back, right? And that's so cool. This is going to be a very helpful one. I think this is probably one of the top 10, definitely. Anyway, let's take a look at the next one. This is number 10, Shrewd Storyteller. Survival, target creature gets +1/+1. I like the survival, I really do. If this one attacks, then you'll be able to hit that survival ability on the next turn, well, on the same turn, and that's going to be really awesome. You're going to be able to give this one a buff or another one a buff, and that's really just a nice way to continually strengthen your creatures every single turn. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the last card. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Like and subscribe, of course. Share with all your friends. That really helps the channel. And good gaming.